Hello, everybody. I'm here with Mr. Michel. He's the grade 2 teacher at AES. Hello, Mr. Michel.
Hi, Mr. G. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Thanks for asking.
So I'd like to ask you a few questions about online learning and what you've been doing with your classes throughout this period. So my first question is, when you first heard of online classes, you had to switch to online classes. What were your first thoughts?
I had a bit of a mixed feeling. And on one hand, it's excitement. It's something completely new. It's a challenge for me as a teacher to do something that I've never done before. On the other hand, it's a little bit daunting. It's something I don't know, something I haven't done before. So will it go well? Will it loan itself to my classes? Will it go as smooth as I have my own classes? I don't know. But yeah, I was excited and terrified at the same time.
Mm-hmm. What do you think are the biggest challenges with teaching online?
I think the biggest challenges are the simple things, is getting into the classroom, being on time, being able to connect. Sometimes there are things you just don't have in your control, like my internet is not perfect, or I don't know how my microphone works, my camera doesn't turn on. As a parent, it's definitely important to guide your student, to guide your child through that first setup process.
Do you have any advice for the parents, maybe?
Yeah, as I was saying, it's a good idea to actively be involved in the beginning, just to make sure that the hardware is there, that the setup is there, that the student is able to connect well to the classes and be in a good learning environment, just like in school. Being ready with everything, having everything to be able to be successful. And in this case, with online learning, it's having the microphone, having the camera set up, and having access to the classes, and maybe even with a student book or a workbook. As a parent, I think it's important to take your hands off, let the student do it. Just like in classroom, the teacher and student will figure it out by themselves.
Okay, one more question. So what kind of activities are you doing? Have you been doing online?
So a lot of my activities I've been doing in class, I've been able to transfer online. So a lot of the same things that I've been doing. For example, I can do some games. I have some flashcards that I'm using in class, but also online. I've been able to use little whiteboards. Students can answer with thumbs up or thumbs down. Very easy way of answering. And then I'm somebody who likes to doodle, so I can just click 2 buttons, share my screen, get my pen ready, and then draw a little man, draw whatever I need to do to make it clear to the students what I'm talking about. If it's a banana, I'll draw a banana. Sometimes language is not the biggest issue, but it's all easy ways to show students what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. Okay. And then I think there's this one new cool thing, Mr. G, I don't know if you used it before, but Zoom allows us to break out our class into groups. So in class, I do that as well. I put my students in groups, but we have a classroom and we have a lot of students. So sometimes you have to be very careful not to be too loud and be respectful of each other. So it takes a while for everybody to understand the rules. But with a click of the button on this screen, everybody goes into their group. I can advise them on some things. I can switch between groups and just have that group spirit, have that group mentality, and those answers going and flowing. So it is opportune to have this medium.
All right, very good. Well, one last question for you. What do you think about the future of online learning? Do you think it's gonna stick, or it's gonna fade out?
I think this is the future, Mr. G. We have arrived. This is the new way of learning. And I remember in my university, we had a lot of classes that weren't always perfect, or were different campuses, or it was hard to get to. Well, nowadays, if I want to join into a class in the States or in Canada, whatever it may be, online learning will be the way to go. So especially for our students now, learning how to use it, being the first generation, the young generation that's able to work online and study online, you know what, G? This is going to be the way that they do it from now on, and they're going to be the first ones to know it, and there's going to be a very natural evolution in that. They're going to be able to do this forever.
Yeah, I agree. All right, thank you very much for your help and your answers. I'll see you soon. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Mr. G.
Yes, bye-bye.